Shalom and welcome to the Keren Hayesod UIA Newsroom. I'm Leah Zinder, and from our new studio in Jerusalem, we'll be bringing you news and updates about Keren Hayesod in Israel and abroad. Keren Hayesod is at the heart of Israel's unfolding story, and this newsroom will put you in a front row seat.
First of all, congratulations. I'm very happy that this newsroom is running on air. We've been expecting it, and I believe it is a very important instrument or tool for Keren Hayesod to send the message. We started to plan the newsroom and use the new medias for bringing our message around. It was very clear to us that it is not only about the immediate fundraising. And I tell you honestly, Keren Hayesod is not just about the immediate fundraising. It's about building the relationship, bringing people closer, bringing people to understand what Israel is about, and after that, of course, to understand what Keren Hayesod is all about. This is exactly where the newsroom will meet the reality or the real needs of today in order to expose ourselves to the new communities that maybe are not aware and to the new generations that maybe do not know enough about our activities.
The summer months were marked by tension and worry. The terrorists launched rockets, mortar shells from Gaza, trying to hit as many Israelis as possible and cause destruction and devastation. They dug terror tunnels, dispatched hit teams to abduct civilians and soldiers. They failed. Iron Dome shot down most of the rockets aimed at population centers. In daring operations inside Gaza, our soldiers exposed and blew up the tunnels, destroyed control centers, and hit many terrorists. Keren Hayesod donors helped Israel stand firm. Our donors made it possible to build portable shelters and save lives. Our donors also helped purchase medical equipment and supplies, as well as beepers to enhance communication. The donations enabled tens of thousands of children from the south to get away from endangered areas and spend a few days of fun far from color red alerts.
המדינה משקיעה לא מעט בביטחון תושביה. את הסיוע המשלים למשרדי הממשלה נותנת הקרן לנפגעי טרור. הסיוע הזה בא לידי ביטוי באמצעים נדרשים לאותם תושבים, בטיפול רפואי משלים, בסיוע לילדים ובסיוע פסיכולוגי. לקחנו את אותם ילדים לפעילות בירושלים, לאפשר להם לצאת, להתרווח, להירגע, לקבל משהו באווירה אחרת שאינה דורשת ריצה למקלט בכל רגע נתון.
15 seconds. That's all the time residents of the South and their children had to make a dash for safety when the color red alert sounded. Here's the simple equation. The more shelters available, the better chance to reach safety. Keren Hayesod UIA donors mobilized to build dozens of shelters and transfer them to the South, where they were so urgently needed. In many cases, the greatest threat was posed by the most unsophisticated of weapons, the mortar shell. The bomb shelters saved lives. This contribution was gratefully received.
שלום, קוראים לי שרון חיים, תושב השכונה, והמיגוניות האלה שקרן hayesod תרמה עוזרות לנו לקצר את הזמן, ונכים וזקנים שלא יכולים לרוץ לממ"דים, זה ממש ליד הבית שלהם. אני מקווה שיהיו עוד מיגוניות כאלה, שזה יעזור לכל תושבי השכונה. תודה.
Solidarity missions from Jewish communities around the world rushed to Israel during Operation Protective Edge, demonstrating their feeling of responsibility and shared destiny with Israel. It seemed natural to them to be here, as always, in times of stress. Mission participants from Australia, Canada, Belgium, Italy, Austria visited the wounded in hospital to provide encouragement and support. They visited Iron Dome batteries and IDF bases, where they met with soldiers and commanders and received briefings from senior military personnel.
You know, I've been to Israel dozens of times, and I've never been during a situation like this, and it's an important view because you get to see really what's happening. It's the real Israel. It's conflict, it's happiness, it's sadness, it's everything.
From seeing wounded soldiers to attending a shiva where the parents, when I told them that we were Canadians that came to visit them, and we were at the shiva where there were literally hundreds of people there. They were amazed that we came all the way from Canada to visit them and extend our condolences.
Down south, these children have to live in these sort of situations. All we need to do in the Keren Hayesod world is to lend our support and to show that we are with them.
The diabolical abduction and murder of the 3 yeshiva boys, Gilad Shayer, Naftali Frankel, and Eyal Yifrach, on June 12th, horrified the entire world and generated shocked reactions from Jewish communities, heads of state, and religious leaders. Keren Hayesod's generous donors from Sao Paulo, Brazil, financed the purchase of a protected minibus for Yeshivat Makor Chaim in Kfar Etzion in order to reduce the danger on the way to school and back.
בעיצומם של ימים אלה נרתמה הקרן למתן תרומה של אוטובוס שיאפשר הסעה קבועה לתלמידי הישיבה. אני רוצה בהזדמנות הזאת להודות לקרן, לתורמים, בשמי, בשם המשפחות. כולנו נדרשים לשאול את עצמנו, ובוודאי לאור אירועי התקופה האחרונים, לאן אנחנו מתקדמים, איך אנחנו ממלאים את החלל שנוצר, לא סתם קוראים לבנים עכשיו חללים, נוצר פה חלל מאוד גדול, ואנחנו נדרשים למלא אותו.
The purpose is very clear. We would like kids to travel safely around this area from their yeshiva to their homes, back and forth.
In June, following in the footsteps of David Ben-Gurion, Keren Hayesod UIA leaders gathered in Mitzpe Ramon in the Negev for the annual World Conference. In a moving ceremony at the Peres Center for Peace in Tel Aviv, participants witnessed the transfer of the baton from Johanna Arbib Perugia to David Koshitsky as chairman of the Keren Hayesod UIA World Board of Trustees. Over the past year, your generosity has enabled us to continue the legacy of the leaders who built Israel. On behalf of all of us at Keren Hayesod, we thank you and wish you Shana Tova.